Hi and welcome. In this video, we are going to talk about the medieval feudal system. This system was in place for a large part of the Middle Ages, and so I thought I should explain it before we start looking at the rest of the Middle Ages in the next video. First of all, let's look at some of the difficult words you are going to hear. Ownership means something belongs to you. I have ownership of my house. It belongs to me. It's mine. An oath is a promise. If you give someone your word, then you are swearing an oath. Loyalty is to do with the connection you have with someone. If you always support them, then you are loyal to them. Military is to do with soldiers and war. Peasants were people who lived in the countryside and who had little or no money. You may wish to pause the video here so that you can match the word to the definition before the answers appear on screen. And here are the answers. The system of land ownership following the Norman conquest is now known as feudalism. In this system, all of the land in the country belonged to the king, and he gave parts of it to the noblemen. These noblemen did not own the land that was given to them, but rather they held it as landlords. In return for this land, they had to swear an oath of loyalty to the king and supply him with men to serve in the army whenever needed. These noblemen rented their land to knights who were allowed to hold it and rent it out in return for supplying military service to their lord. These were the people the noblemen called on when the king demanded an army. The noblemen also had peasants working the land for them. These peasants were allowed to use a small part of the land to grow their own food, but they had to look after the lord's land as priority. They were not allowed to move away, and they even had to ask his permission to get married. Imagine a pyramid. At the top is the king. Just below him are the noblemen. Below them are the knights, and right at the very bottom are the peasants. This feudal system existed in England and southern Scotland, but further north in Scotland there was a different system in place where people belonged to groups known as clans. Try answering these questions to check how well you have understood. You may wish to pause the video here so that you don't see the answers before you have had a chance to answer the questions. If you need to, you can rewind the video and watch the explanation of the feudal system again. When you're ready, here are the answers. I hope you found that useful. You may wish to listen again, but if you feel confident, look out for the next videos where we'll talk about the events of the Middle Ages. I look forward to welcoming you back very soon.